Hello, my name is Zachariah with Old Man Gaming. You, dear listener, have decided to listen to a Snap Judgement review. What is a Snap Judgement review if you have never listened before? Well, I think most game reviews nowadays get caught up in 100%ing the game or the story after 50 plus hours. So I'm trying to play the game for only 5 to 10 hours and just give you an idea whether you are going to enjoy it right off the bat or not. That, coupled with the fact that I think games are one of the most subjective forms of art, I will not be giving a score at the end of this review. Instead, I'll be telling you what the game is. I will be listing the pros and the cons of the game in my point of view, as all reviews are, and then I'll be telling you whether I will be sticking with this game outside the purposes of this review or DLC. Another quick disclaimer, I did not get a full 5 hours with this one. I only got about an hour and a half, and honestly, I think I've seen everything I need to give the review. If I'm wrong, please yell at me in the comments. I have no problems with that, but I truly feel like I accomplished everything I need to give a good Snap Judgement review, I guess. So what are we reviewing today? Well, guys, it's been a little while since I've done a Snap Judgement review. That's because right now I've kind of slowed down on the game buying process. I've got a couple here and there coming up, but my reviews will be a little bit less. This one is a kind of gaming trend that I had to jump on, and it's called Buckshot Roulette. It was on sale. It was only like $2 when I purchased it, so could not pass up the opportunity to see what everybody was talking about. And I'm going to tell you right now, this is probably going to be one of the fastest reviews I ever do, because this game is bare bones. This game is bare bones beautiful, in my opinion. So, what is the game overall? Game overall has this kind of really gritty, almost like Russian horror aesthetic. You start off in a bathroom, you kick through a door, you kick through another door, you end up at a table with this creepy monster-looking thing across the table from you. It asks you to enter your name, and then a shotgun gets put in the middle of the table. Now, the premise of this is you're playing kind of a version of Russian roulette. The dealer shows you a number of shotguns, blues and reds, some blue, some red. Then it tells you it is going to load that number into the shotgun in a random order. Then it's your turn. You can either point the shotgun at the dealer and fire, or point the gun at yourself and fire. If you point it at yourself and fire, and it's a blank, the blues, you skip the dealer's next turn, and you can take another turn. If you point it at the dealer and fire, and it's not live, you lose your turn, it goes to the dealer. He gets to shoot at himself or you. At the same time, if you shoot him, he loses a health. With that being said, you're trying to deplete his health before he depletes yours in this kind of guessing game sort of thing. The game has this natural progression where it shows you the base way the game works, then it kind of adds these factors as it goes along. What it adds is these items that almost have like different qualities. So at the beginning of each round, you get some number of items that you get to set down and you get to use. Let's say a magnifying glass that allows you to see whether it is a blank or a live round in the chamber. There's a cell phone where it will tell you one of the shots in the future what that is. There's other ones like a hacksaw that'll cut off the barrel and it'll make your shot, if it's live, deal 2 damage instead of 1. So on and so forth. I think there's a beer that allows you to rack a shell without losing your turn. All sorts of crazy stuff. And that is the game. You are trying to destroy the dealer 3 times in a row. There's usually 3 rounds, each with varying difficulty. And if you kill him 3 times and he does not kill you, then you win, and you win some money. And then you get this really quick title screen of you driving away with money, and then that's it. After you win the game once, you unlock double or nothing mode by taking some Quaaludes at the beginning. You then, the game is just a heightened difficulty, and if you beat him 3 times, you can then go double or nothing and keep going to boost your money up. The game also keeps track of your scores and everybody's scores out there in an overall leaderboard that you can check out at the beginning of every game after playing through it once. And that's the game, ladies and gentlemen, the game in a nutshell. So let's hit the pros and cons, okay? Let's waste no time. Pros. Simple to complex. This is what I wrote for my first thing. I love games that take an incredibly simple premise and build onto it till you have a beautiful castle. This game is no different. It takes a very simple premise of shoot at him or shoot at yourself, and then it just keeps adding little rules to the point where you have these strategies for them. You have to count your shells. You have to be like, okay, if I rack, then I can get it to alive, then I can hit the hacksaw, especially when there's tons of items on the board, and you can see what the dealer's items are too. And he has the same access to items you have, as well as they're random. They're going to be completely different. So you never know what he's going to have, but you can look at his and go, maybe, okay, so if I let him have a turn, this is what he's going to do, and try and counter that. And I just love that. I love any game that can basically take just a very simple foundation and build a castle on it, and Buckshot Roulette does that to a T. My next big pro, and this is a huge pro, this kind of pro emphasizes what Snap Judgment reviews should be, and why I started doing this is, the whole reason I do the Snap Judgment reviews is I am over 40, I have a kid, I'm married, I have a YouTube channel, I have a gaming company, I have only so much time. So the idea behind these reviews in the first place was, can you get into this game, have fun in this game right off the bat, like in the first hour or something, you know? Buckshot Roulette is beautifully quick. You have like half hour to hour max games, and then you're done, and it's great. You feel satisfied, you enjoyed what you did there, it was fun, and you can just move on. It is one of the awesome time kill games. There are plenty of times where like I'm waiting for a stream or a recording session to start. I've got 15-20 minutes, and I'm like, what do I do in that time? Oh, I'll just boot up Buckshot Roulette and do a run. It's so much fun. My next pro is the satisfaction. The satisfaction and the audio of this game are phenomenal. And what I mean by the satisfaction is beating the dealer with thinking about like counting the shells and coming up with a master strategy with the items you have is so satisfying when you hit him with that very last gunshot. And I gotta say, equally as painful in the opposite direction is when you have come to realize that in the next move the dealer is going to kill you and you have no way around it. It's so good. This game is an awesome like gotcha moment of a game, and I think it's great for that. And like I said, winning a game of this, it just gives you such a feeling of accomplishment. I love that in gaming when games can do that. The sound also is phenomenal. The gunshot, like firing, plus when the gunshot goes off on you, it does this cutoff because you don't hear the full gunshot because you're getting shot by it. Then the defibrillator sound brings you back to life. The audio work on this is just phenomenal. I mean, the music is take it or leave it. It's just background, kind of like gong 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 gong, kind of like nightclub music. But the actual sound effects in this game are an absolute chef's kiss. Finally, for my last pro, would be the price. You cannot beat $3. You just can't beat. I think I ended up paying like $3.12 with tax on this. And even when it's not on a sale price, you're not spending more than $5. This is absolutely worth $5, without a doubt. Even if you only play it that first hour, you will get $5 worth out of it. It's great for that. I don't really have to go in further than that. I think that is a great price. So let's hit my cons real quick. My cons are a little bit nitpicky. My first con is the replayability. Look, you can keep going into this. You can keep getting money. And if you look at the leaderboards, there are people who just play this constantly. And more power to you. But I will say this. Once you have been through the game, I'd say 3 or 4 times, you've seen everything this game has to offer. It doesn't necessarily mean it's less satisfying, but there is definitely a decreasing reason to come back to it, where I would love to see, and I doubt it'll happen because it's just kind of like a gaming trend. It's cheap, it's a throwaway, but I would love to see like DLC added to this, different modes added to this, where they can add even more to this castle that they've built on a simple complex to just give you more reasons to come back to it, because it's really fun. One of the big ones, this segues into my big one, and I don't know that they could ever do this. I don't know if they have the infrastructure for this, but so maybe I'm just completely, this is like This is just a wish in a bottle. But multiplayer would be my other con of this. God, this game would be so much fun with multiplayer. If you could just link up with one other person, even with just matchmaking, and play against them with the same rules, because it's made for that. It would be so much fun. I would play probably a game of this game every day if this had multiplayer and I could play against other people, because it would almost make it like a collectible card game in a way. And I think that that would be just absolutely cool, absolutely epic if they could add that. But obviously it's a small company, and that requires servers and a lot of infrastructure that might just not be worth it to them. But aside from that, it would be sweet if you could. So, like I said, short, quick review today. Just taking a look at this gaming trend. I think I've covered everything about it. As far as whether or not I'm going to stick with it, yeah, I'm going to play it here and there, man, in between. I'm also going to make my wife play it for Prelude to Divorce, so if you want to see us actually play it, those episodes will probably be coming up sometime in the near future. And yeah, I think it's worth it. I mean, it's worth it to just sit there. It's a small game. It's and it could always be there for like, what am I going to do for this 15 minutes? Oh, I know. I'll play a game of Buckshot Roulette. So, kudos to them. I think they did a great game. I would love to see more added to it in the future, but even if it isn't, it was definitely worth my money. So yeah, there you go. Buckshot Roulette. Did I get it right? Did I get it wrong? You can tell me in the comments below. Or, of course, you can contact us on Facebook at Old Man Gaming DH, on X at Old Man Gaming number 9. And you can join our Discord. The link is in the description below. Influence this and all of our shows from there. As usual, you guys keep watching and listening. I'll keep making them. See you guys next time.